Hey, and welcome back. We are back in Osaka, of course, and we are at the Umeda Sky Building. I don't know if you can see the sort of the negative space here, but we're going to check this building out. A couple things. I hear there's a really cool feature up where you can go to the 35th floor and check out, I think it's like a glass escalator, and you can kind of get views of the city. And then there's another very curious about, like a themed food hall, I think in the basement here, and it's supposedly themed to like a very old Japanese Osaka style. So I thought that would be also cool, studying the theming of Osaka. And we'll have to maybe find out how to get down there first. Beautiful building here. Let's check out the directory. Tower West first floor entrance. Oh, that's no. Restaurant and bar elevator. Oh, beautiful building. And I'm not sure if I'm on the right floor. But it is nice to be inside and not have the humidity beating down. Yeah, I don't know if this is right or not. Look at the sign here. Maybe the West Building. We found it. Boy, it was very confusing. There wasn't a sign for it, but I asked a gentleman who was a custodian, and he directed me to it. So very easy to navigate now, for sure. So what I read about this food hall is that it's sort of themed with like traditional trappings. I don't know how accurate the theming is, since I'm not a student of ancient Japanese history. But you can see it's attracted a lot of people, and it has kind of a super cool setup, I have to say. Very, very themed. And I'm wondering now if this is the elevator bank we should have used, or maybe these escalators, perhaps. Not entirely sure, but this is where we are relative to the Sky Building. There's two, an east and a west, so just spin around. Already ate today, but it's kind of interesting if you look at the main building itself. You know, you get a sense of the contrast here. When you go into there, it feels very themed. When you come out here, it feels, you know, super modern. And you see a beautiful sort of garden back here. Absolutely beautiful. And it looks like people are sitting out there. Appears like we can go out here. Let's take a quick spin. I know it's going to be humid. Maybe. It might be closed. Okay, so it's closed. But anyway, we can see just how beautiful this outdoor space is. Very beautiful. Smoking room here. And I'm trying to see which elevators these are. Just have to find my way out, but probably we'll go the other way, the way back. So anyway, you cross over and you see kind of a dramatic contrast with the building itself, which is modern and, you know, marble and very elegant building. I'm assuming there's office space in there, different types of offices. But they've done a nice job with the theming here. you see a really cool, like, little kiosk here. And you can step in here, and this has the information about the whole building. And I do want to, the second sort of achievement to unlock today is to go to the observatory, not to the very top, but I want to try to see if I can get to the glass escalator. I might have to ask my phone and AI to see. I think it's like 34 or 33, 35, the floor. So yeah, super neat. And you have like a little kiosk here where you can look at the menus, and super charming. Might need to take a still photo as well. It just has a real charming appeal to it, the street. When I was in Singapore, I had a chance to visit a really neat themed mall. If you've seen my video on that, forgetting the name of the mall, I went to so many malls in Singapore, but it was themed with kind of a little more modern, but a Hong Kong street. And I found that to be absolutely marvelous from a theming standpoint. So you can see here, it's just so charming, right? We have historic photos, and kind of take a look back here. We have a sort of what appears to be a faux wash basin, and then these cool doors and so forth. I did see a lot of, tourists, but at the same time, it wasn't super well marked, so presumably you'd have to do a little bit of work, as I did, to try to find your way, but it is mega charming for sure. And here's the garden in the back that we saw earlier. And you can see there's a little area here that's super cool. Perhaps a little more modern, perhaps. Yeah. Absolutely charming how they've done everything. We've got some vintage albums here. I mean, they've really done a great job in every kind of nook and cranny to put little details. I really enjoy, the vintage signage and everything here. It has a real charm to it as far as, how you feel. Didn't see that motor car to the left there. So we'll go back through here. That little nook over there was kind of cool. And apparently this has just, some of the sights from the food hall here. So let's take another spin, and we'll go to the left this time. I don't know what you think, but I think this is marvelous. Has a real charm to it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to walk beside you. And this was the area, the nook we were in just before, with that kind of vintage TV place. You can do a fortune here, which is cool. Little fortune machine, old school for sure. Yeah, so you're seeing a little bit more. I mean, it's not super huge, but every bit of this area is super well themed. And then again, a contrast when you go out here, you're going to see kind of a different vibe. So it does really feel with that contrast of the building proper and this space, you definitely feel look at the vintage phones there. Very nice. Very, very charming for sure. Yeah. Another directory. And this is wonderful. A little homage to the last expo in Osaka in 1970. Just read a story recently of, I believe, a gentleman online who had one of these like lifetime passes or something, and he was able to get into 2025. Okonomiyaki, by the way, was something we had the other day, and it's good for me to get this on video because it was one of my favorites, and now I have a picture of that. In fact, we're going to snap a photo because Sometimes you find a local food, and here we go. And if you don't speak the language, you want to kind of remember those favorite foods. But more vintage stuff here again. Love the homage to 1970. We got Godzilla down there. Real charm to this whole space. Really small, but really phenomenal, I think, in terms of just the charm. It's super cool down here. Again, not a huge space. As we've spun around here, you see a little more information screen, coin exchange or currency exchange, Kobe beef. A very nice looking place in here as well. Super nice. Yeah, I love, these kind of details. Really fun for sure. And I think we saw everything. More information about Expo. I love seeing that since I'm primarily here in Osaka for Expo. And let's take one more spin here, make sure we captured everything. I think we certainly did. Back to the cool vintage car and that wonderful kiosk over there. And yeah, I think we can maybe eventually go back this way where we came from. And now let's try to go seek out the sky escalator. I don't know if it's called that, but that's what I would call it for sure. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this little tour here in this part of the Sky Building. I love that sign. Umeda Sky Building Observatory. Take escalator to 3F. Proceed via elevator to 39. So here we go. Okay. 3F. This is correct. So I realized that what I did earlier was I was in the office buildings and I didn't even see the signs. They were in English and Japanese, and the sign said no visitors, only office workers. So alas, I found my way, but it probably explains why it was so difficult, I bet, to get to the food hall. I just would enter through this building. So I entered kind of through the proper office building. So let's check this out. We're going to take it up to 3F and then the elevator to 39. You get a nice view of the outdoors here for sure. And as I've been saying, it's a great day to be inside in the air conditioning. This is called Fun Plaza we're in right now, and it's not the office building. And we're going to take these elevators. Just don't go to 39. So we will press on here. Maybe we need to take a different elevator bank. All right, we're finally in the right place then. Go up to 39. Ooh, look at the gardens here. Really beautiful. Looks like there's maybe a ticket office. We have to go up. Wow, these gardens are spectacular. Oh. Okay, so here's the mid-air escalator. I was interested in checking out. Yeah. Get some amazing views of Osaka from up here. Never seen an escalator like this, yeah? Ah, look. I don't know if you can picture that, but absolutely beautiful, yeah. And it's pretty amazing just seeing this. This seems steeper than the escalator at Station City that you may have seen in the video. Get a view here from the right-hand side. Pretty amazing. Very amazing. The city below. And we didn't get a ticket to go to the very top, so I'm just going to actually head back down. Expo. And you can see here we have the gift shop and restaurant. So, you know, they made definitely an entire tourist experience out of this for sure. Let's see what else we have up here. I think we can get some incredible views of everything. Some, well, decent views. You see really the futuristic. I mean, this escalator, just look at that. It's just absolutely spectacular. And I gotta get a shot of this. I love the angles here that we can get. Amazing. A little harder to see below, but when we go down the sky escalator, I love the design of that. And this might be worth looking at. You see a nice schematic here. One of the top 20 buildings around the world. You can kind of understand that. Again, if you see that, just that negative space in there and so forth. Something called Stardust here. I'm going to take it's so warm today. I need a little air before I make my journey back to Umeda Station and the bus. But maybe there's some interesting things here to check out. Some Expo related items. I knew we would have Expo represented here. $3,300 for a shirt, kid size, so not terrible. I mean, it's at what, about $25 or so. Maku, can't say it, but very cute. Ton of fun stuff. I mean, they really went all out with the Expo theme, didn't they? I mean, you got everything here. Pendants, socks, everything. Yeah. Wow. Definitely the Expo stuff is the most prominent. Oh, look at these. These are really fun. Little miniature homes. Very fun. Or miniature businesses, I guess, too. And you see the view from up here. Absolutely amazing. Wow. You really get a perspective from the sky building of Osaka. You don't really get that sort of when you're at the ground level. You know, you just feel kind of like ensconced by the buildings themselves. Love all the little toys here and things. Super cool. The snow scenery. These are really fun. I might have to get one of these. Let's see, 1760 laser cut finish 3D puzzle. I guess you have to put it together. Let's see. $11 or so. That's pretty good. Then that bamboo. I kind of like the snow scenery, if I can find that one. I don't know if it's here or not. Huh. I see the waves. There's the bamboo. Oh darn, I don't see the snow scenery. And the bamboo forest is pretty cool too. So I wonder where that one would be. Huh. Well, let's see. What do we think of the bamboo one? Bamboo pines. Yeah, I think I'll hold off. I really wanted the snow one. Don't see that. Okay. Super cool though. Oh, look at these. Wooden puzzles. You have a whole, if you're a drummer, a whole drum set, accordion, saxophone. Very cool. I feel like at some point I should get some expo memorabilia, but I don't really see anything that directly seems interesting right now. I love that model of the Sky Building. It looks like they have miniature, what is this? A figurine. I mean, I love the, I actually haven't seen something like this where we have like full-on kind of branding of a building. I mean, maybe Empire State Building and so forth does some of that. But pretty cool. Like you just see the whole branding of it with this display. I really love that. Some very cool stuff here. Here's more of the 3D puzzles. Let's see what we have here. Anything particular? Not really, but there's another, the Sky Building. Cool little lanterns, and then more of these various puzzles. Super cool. Okay, so I think let's head back down. I want to make sure I leave myself enough time to get back today. We're going to head back to the expo. I'm definitely going to keep this video going so you guys can check out the amazing view. Super amazing, and take in everything here. This was definitely worth the trip. Just this, I think, glass escalator, I would say, is super duper cool. You can see a little bit more maybe from the other escalator. I'm not sure. Well, I see, yeah, kind of see the mountains there and the river. I've been doing these motion videos actually. I don't know, about like 10-second clips, and then putting them through some effects in this, forget the name of the program, but this program I have, and wanted to make like a little Osaka themed motion collage, so I thought we would give that a shot. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the tour here of the Umeda Sky Building. We're going to take the elevator back and I think call it good for this part of our tour.